I'm Teisha Bader with Shalom TV's News Update. The Religious Action Center for Reform Judaism and Washington National Cathedral are bringing together a group of senior national religious figures to call for political leaders to continue swift action to end gun violence and to honor those lives lost in the Newtown, Connecticut shooting last Friday. Rabbi David Saperstein, director of the Religious Action Center, will be joined by interfaith leaders, including former Archbishop of Washington Theodore Cardinal McCarrick, Bishop of the Episcopal Diocese of Washington, the Right Reverend Marion Edgar Budd, Dean of Washington National Cathedral, the Very Reverend Gary Hall, and President of the Islamic Society of North America, Imam Mohammed Magid, among others, who will gather at Washington National Cathedral Friday morning at 9 a.m., just ahead of the rolling of the cathedral's bell, calling upon houses of worship around the country to ring their bells at 9:30 in honor of each life that was taken in last week's tragedy. Saperstein said, "We must come together as people of faith representing the range of religious traditions throughout our country in a collective call to action to end this crisis. The time to end senseless gun violence," Saperstein said, "is now, and as religious leaders, the responsibility to provide moral leadership is ours." Ynet reports that Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has extended Deputy Foreign Minister Danny Ayalon's term following the resignation of Foreign Minister Avigdor Lieberman. Ayalon's term was supposed to end right after Lieberman resigned following an indictment against Lieberman. However, on Thursday, Netanyahu asked Ayalon to remain in the foreign ministry. New information is emerging about the Arab-Israeli who carried out a bus bombing in Tel Aviv last month. 18-year-old Mohammed Mafarji was charged with multiple counts of attempted murder and aiding the enemy during wartime on Wednesday at the Tel Aviv Magistrates Court. Mafarji blew up bus number 142 in Tel Aviv on November the 21st during the Israel-Gaza conflict. Mafarji had boarded the bus, put a bag with explosives under a seat, and got off. He then activated the device, causing the explosion. A special investigation unit has now learned that in the 2 days before the bombing, Mafarji boarded several buses traveling to Tel Aviv with an empty bag in order to find the best route. After making sure that he was ready to go ahead with the plan, Mafarji informed his handler, Ahmad Musa, that everything was set for the attack and received a bag with actual explosives, carrying out the attack that left 24 people injured. Police in Los Angeles have arrested a man for allegedly making fake bomb threats against an LA synagogue earlier this week. Several calls were made to the LAPD on Tuesday morning saying there was a bomb planted in a car near the Wilshire Boulevard Temple. The police found the car and found a suspicious package in it, but the package did not contain explosives. 46-year-old Juan Ryung Song, also known as Patrick Song, was arrested on Wednesday. Police suspect that Song also vandalized the temple with graffiti of a swastika and anti-Semitic comments earlier this month. He is now facing multiple charges, including one count of a hate crime. Rabbi Ephraim Mervis has been confirmed as Britain's next chief rabbi, replacing Rabbi Jonathan Sacks when Sacks steps down next year after serving in the post since 1991. Mervis is a native of South Africa. He served as the chief rabbi of Ireland from 1985 to 1996. He now serves as the senior rabbi at the large Finchley United Synagogue in North London. Mervis's appointment as the 11th chief rabbi of the United Hebrew Congregations of the UK and the Commonwealth was unanimously approved Monday night after an 8-month selection process. Speaking after his appointment, Mervis paid tribute to Sacks and to his distinguished service to British Jewry. He also expressed his concern for growing anti-Semitism in Europe and said faith has a very large role to play in these challenging times. Mervis will assume his new post when Sacks retires in September of next year. And finally, with the approaching Fiscal Cliff, the Jewish Federations of North America, together with social service partners, is urging the public to contact their elected officials to help protect the charitable donation tax deduction. The JFNA called the deduction a vital component in supporting Jewish social service agencies as they work to help protect the most vulnerable. William Daroff, Vice President for Public Policy of the JFNA, said that especially in these tough economic times, it was imperative that the tax policy continue to encourage charitable giving and help those charities and nonprofits meet the growing demands for vital community-based services. And that's Shalom TV's News Update. I'm Teisha Bader.